Hey guys.
So pretty much we're starting a podcast if you guys wanted to know.
We have no name yet.
No. So in this podcast we're going to do kind of a get to know us, how we met, and
Basically how we met.
basically
Because that will lead into
everything pretty much. Next podcast video we'll have mics. They are charging right now. So we decided to leave those behind for
And
this
we'll
video.
probably have a better camera.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out how I can use my camera and the mics at the same time. But will I figure that out? We'll see. The way that this came about, me and Alyssa were just sitting in her room. And we were like, what should we do? And we were just listening to all these things off. And then, did you say it?
Yeah, I was like, let's make a podcast.
And
now
I was
we're
like,
here.
that's actually a good idea. And then we sat there for a second. I was like, should we go make one right now? And now we're here. So pretty much, me and Alyssa both went to GRCC, which is the community college in Grand Rapids.
Go Raiders.
And we both decided to play basketball there. So, you want to kind of start it?
So, let me preface.
Yeah.
This summer was like one of our busiest summers as a family. Both my siblings got married. I had like a bunch of graduation parties to go to, but throughout the summer they had like open gyms and like summer stuff like that. I did not go to a single one of them.
Single one. Okay, I also live up north, so I didn't make it to that many, but like I made it to a couple where I kind of knew the teammates and knew the coach, like it was okay.
So I go into the first day, because like we have practice that first day. Well, first we have an all sports meeting.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like looking around. I don't know who's part of basketball, who's softball. Like I don't know anything. And then we go get ready for practice and we walk in and remind you, I've not seen a single one of these girls. A single one of them. And then Emerson, you could go take it.
Okay, so yeah, was it a practice or was it an open gym?
I think it was our first practice.
Our first practice?
It was our first real, like, we had to be there.
Okay.
I don't know if it was practice but all I know is that we played basketball.
Yeah, so pretty much at the beginning of practice, we shoot around for like 10 minutes before practice starts. And I kind of became friends with a couple of people just from the couple times I met the teammates and stuff like that. So I was shooting with a couple of my other teammates, and then all of a sudden I was like, looking around and I saw Alyssa. She was shooting out of basket by herself. And I was talking to my other teammates. I was like, guys, who is that? Like, what is she doing? She's literally just shooting over there by herself. Where did she come from? So then it just kind of went on. And me and Alyssa actually started talking because I started talking to the rest of my teammates. I don't even know, like...
I think what happened was my sister and your brother got married on the same day. And, like, one day we, like, kind of discovered it, and ever since then we, like, decided, like, we realized, like, all these similarities we had, like, that, like, set up, like, perfectly aligned, and still to this day it continues, like, our nieces and nephews, like, same
crazy.
thing.
And we'll get to that
weird.
At one point. But
so I think it just started there, and then we had another girl on our team.
Yes.
Who was friends with, like, Emerson first, and then I became friends with her, and then we kind of, like, realized we all were friends for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, like, she kind of distanced herself, and we, like, realized...
And between all this, I was scared, because we were all friends, and I was like, 3 people never work out. I was like, they're going to become best friends, and I'm going to be the left one out. And I'm sure Alyssa felt that way with the other thing. And, yeah, so we had this other girl that was in our group, and we actually started, like, hanging out. Like, you have friends during, like, basketball practice, basketball games, but it's, like, different when you, like, hang out of all of that.
Right.
So we started hanging out out of that. We did a lot of stuff. We did,
a ton.
We were really close at one point, and then all of a sudden, it was just us two. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. It was, like, all of a sudden, like, we invited this other girl, and, like, she didn't come, and, like, that was the last of it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we stopped inviting her. It was just, like, a random fallout. No bad blood, but, like, it just, I think we just were we immediately went like this, and with her it was like, you know.
The other thing is that our boyfriends at the time, not with them anymore, thank God, but they became friends, so that was like the other thing why me and Alyssa became so close, is because they were there, and then we were there, and our other friend was there, but she didn't have anyone.
Right.
So
it was
just kind
basically our ex-boyfriends, us,
yeah,
and then our other friend.
yeah.
So it was just like, and then like if she ever was going to hang out with her ex, and I was with my ex at the time, then we would just kind of meet up, and then it just kind of went there.
So then we started basketball season. Obviously, we grew closer and closer each day.
Hated
and
the
then
same people.
Yep, that was the other
We
thing. We
bonded
started
over that.
bonding over the people that we didn't like over on our team, the boys' team, like everything was just lining up perfectly.
And I'll get this straight too. Our first year is like we're pretty outgoing people, and like we were
Very
outgoing
outgoing.
from the beginning.
Yes.
But one thing I knew that was different was our first year. Like we didn't really say much to people, like stop doing that or like getting after them. Second year, totally different.
Totally different.
Crazy different, which we'll get into that.
Yeah.
When we really got close is when that first time we went on an overnight trip and Coach picks the roommates.
Yes. You
wanted to roommate with Reese, and I had no one to room with. And then we roomed together, and I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah, he put us together.
Yeah.
And that's like, literally after that, we were inseparable.
Literally. Like, that first night, it was like a whole different. I think Coach to this day is like, I'm the reason you guys are friends.
Literally.
And I'm like, okay, Coach.
So then after that, we Coach like let us choose who we wanted to stay with because he obviously knew that we had friends. He didn't want us to stay with people that we weren't like close with.
Right.
So we stayed with each other the rest of the year, and then the year following, year after that. Yeah. And then it was just pretty much me and Alyssa. We didn't really have any other friends that came along.
We didn't talk to any girls. We never hung out with any of them.
No.
Really.
So it was really just us. Round 2, the year was good.
That's the year that we really, like, the people we did not like we would, like, we were, I don't want to say the favorites.
But I think we were the favorites.
What? I think we're the favorites. There was one game I literally yelled at Coach, and he was like, okay, she's right.
The thing is that, like, when we went about things, like, we barely, like, spoke up. We mostly kept things to ourselves, or we would just say it to our coach, like, this is how we feel about this. So when we came out and, like, said something to the teammates or something like that, Coach would be like, because we never said anything. So it was just like, okay, like,
if they're saying something.
Yeah. Then we had a lot of drama on our team, and it was affecting our team, and Coach had some, like, meetings with, like, us separately, and it's just...
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. The drama was not us.
No.
We were not in it. But we did know about it.
Yes.
We did know about it.
And it was crazy. And we love our coach. We love him. Like, he's literally the reason why I actually enjoyed my basketball career. Because my high school basketball career...
Shout out Dave Glazier.
Shout out to Dave Glazier.
Shout out best college coach ever.
If you guys are thinking about going to that school, do it right now because you'll love your life.
And it's really pretty downtown.
Yes. And the campus is, like, for a community college, it's in the gym. Every person that comes there, they're like, wow, this is awesome.
We have a nice gym.
Like, compared to
their
community college. Yeah.
They're, like, expanding.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Okay.
Let me stir it up.
Now, let's go back. I feel like it was after that first night in the hotel. We were like, would it be so fun to live together? And, like, from then on, we would, like, kind of joke about it. And then that second year, we were like, okay, you want us to live down here. And I wasn't... At that point, I didn't want to move out.
Yeah. Well, you wanted to, but you just, like, weren't prepared.
I didn't have a good job, like, all that stuff. And I was like, I at least want to be out when I'm 21.
Yeah.
So we were, like, what, 19, 20?
Yeah. So, between these years, I lived with my grandma my first 2 years I was there. So, I spent a lot of time at Alyssa's house. That was the other reason why we got so close. I spent a lot of time, and I got really close with her and her family, because I was there literally all the time. And then my third year, we weren't playing basketball anymore, but I was still going to JRCC because I wanted to get my associates.
We both were.
Yes.
We were both in school.
So Alyssa stayed home for another year and got a good job. And then I started to live. It's weird how it worked out, but my grandpa was moving out of his house that he owned. It was moving in with my parents. And at the same time, I was looking for a place to stay. So I brought it up to my mom and was like, what do you think about me and my friends renting out his house? Like, we'll pay him and all this stuff. And my mom brought it up to my grandpa, and he was like, that sounds great. It's a little good way to make some money. He wasn't ready to sell the house yet, so it worked out great. So I ended up living with 2 of my other friends, and I just worked and did school, and me and Alyssa hung out all the time still. She literally lived 5 minutes down the road. So that was that. And during that year, we were like, we're living together next year. There's no other, no other choice. Options. We're living together next year. That was that.
And then we started, looking for apartments.
Yes.
And for a while, because you went home, and I went to 2 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it was okay. It was nothing that I was like, I can see us living here.
Yeah, at this point, I was back up north after that year.
Right.
And we wanted to look at some before I left, but it didn't end up working out. We couldn't find anything. But during the whole summer, we looked, not the whole summer because we obviously found it before then, but the first month we were looking, and I was like, I was going to try to make it down to go look at some places, but Alyssa ended up going to look at some places, and she just FaceTimed me and was like, this is the place, blah, blah, blah. And then we came across this place.
Yeah, and it was the same week that, you had to be down here for something.
Yeah.
So then we...
Oh, yeah.
It, worked out perfectly. Yeah. And then we came and we toured, and as soon as we, drove in, I was like, okay.
Safe area.
We
know the area. Yeah.
It's around, it's really close to where I work. It's really close to where she works, and she didn't even know where she was working at the time. It's close to everything. Mm-hmm. You gotta get downtown, you gotta, it's everywhere. And so we walk in... First we were talking in the,
the
clubhouse. And I was like, okay, they seem really nice. First impressions are everything to me, especially who works here. And then, we stepped into it and we looked at each other. We're like, when can we, when should we
At this
apply?
point, we really didn't have any other options. We didn't really have interest in any other places. So,
after we almost called it quits.
Yeah.
It was,
After we saw it, we were like, this is great. There's nothing bad to say about it. And, if you, maybe one day we'll show you the actual house or the apartment, but, everything's very equal in this house. That was one of our biggest things. We didn't want one person to have a small room, one person to have a big room.
Right. Because most of them are like that. It's a parent's master bedroom and then, a nursery.
Yeah.
And we were like, no.
That's
and another thing we were looking for, we knew we couldn't get both of them, but, bedrooms separate.
Yes.
Just because, privacy reasons.
Yeah.
I don't want to, if she's up watching TV and I'm trying to go to bed, I don't want to.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
So our room's on a different side of the apartment, which is great.
It's perfect.
And the other thing is we both have bathrooms. So that was, really, really nice. Because most places don't have 2 bathrooms.
Right. And we have, our living room's pretty big for an apartment, and we have a, decent-sized balcony.
Yes, we also do have a balcony, which was really nice when it was warm, but now we don't step foot out there. So, awesome. And we also have a pool, and we didn't get to really enjoy that because by the time we moved in, it started to get cold. But this summer, it's on. We're going to spend every day at the pool.
Every weekend. We don't have any, we don't do much, so we're going to be there all the time.
Yeah. Here's our first special guest
This is our child.
On the first
This
podcast.
is Tilly. Tilly, say hi.
She's like, get me out of here.
She was eating, so she's kind of...
Tilly.
That's Tilly, and the first night, I thought it would be a wreck for her, and she did great.
Yeah, I feel like
she takes all of Emerson's hair ties.
Yep, she steals them. She loves my room for some reason.
She loves eating in our plastic bags and puking them off. And every time I'm like, you're going to puke, and she's like, still does it.
So that's where we are at now. We'll obviously go in more depth as we make more
Because we've been through, our lives have changed so much from, who we
since
were
when
with,
we first started and
how
to where we are now.
dress,
We've known each other for 3 years now, which is crazy to think about.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Wait, is it 4 years?
It's 2025.
Is it 4 years?
We met in 2021. 4 years.
We've known each other for 4 years.
That's so crazy.
I never even thought about it like that.
4 years. Is it 2025?
Yes. What is that? I feel like that's all we really got for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, as we were saying, we've known each other for 4 years. So obviously, we have a lot more to talk about for those 4 years.
I feel like we haven't really fought, but we have fights to talk about. We have parties, 2-mans.
Yep, just all the good
trips, hotels,
shiz to talk
everything.
about. We just wanted to do a what's the word?
Introduction.
An introduction, just kind of to get where we are now, but we'll definitely go in depth, and maybe sometimes we'll play some games, and
We'll give advice.
yeah, maybe we'll have some special guests on here. We don't have many friends, but
We'll try and
we
get
do
our
have
boyfriends,
So,
too.
what is our outro gonna be? For our videos, we can write down okay, we're gonna talk about this. This is what we're gonna talk
Yes,
about.
like
so
a
we know.
list.
Yeah.
And like what leads.
So
into it.
this video is kind of all over the
All
place because we just kind of wanted.
But
to
that's
get it
who
out.
we are.
Yeah. As you'll realize, we're very just
ADHD.
literally ADHD. We just want to talk about everything. We talk too fast.
And we had
stumble
coffee
over our
today.
words. Yeah. It's just
It's
it
a
is
lot.
what it is.
You can either handle us or you can't. Sometimes we'll talk like little babies, but it's not on purpose.
Yes. And
It
we
just
we do have an accent sometimes that might come out if
It
you
may.
guys.
It may.
Yes.
And we'll get into all that too.
Yes.
We'll get into
literally
all
all of it, and I'm excited. I'm excited
too.
that we.
Even if like no one watches this, I want to
I don't even care. No, literally, I'm just doing this so I can look back one day and watch these.
We can document our
Oh my
living
god, we didn't
together.
even talk about the most important thing.
Oh my gosh!
We literally have matching tattoos.
And we got it like year 2 of
Yes.
being friends.
Year 2.
And we've talked
it
about
wasn't
getting
even.
more.
It wasn't even year 2. It was
Going into year
yes,
2.
going into year 2.
Yeah.
We
you're
knew each other
right.
for like a year and a half. It was literally before we started the summer. It was the summer before we started our second season.
You know what I thought would be a cute tattoo for us? Getting 14 somewhere because it's our apartment living together.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Wouldn't that
That'd
be so cute? That's us.
I'm excited for this. I really
too.
am. I'm excited to edit this.
You're gonna be giggling.
Edit. No,
I'm
literally.
gonna hear you giggling.
I probably laugh at myself more than I laugh at anyone else. Especially us talking.
We're funny. Go watch the vlogs from basketball season, and
Literally,
that's how you
I
get
have
to know
vlogs
us.
too. That's it. That's all we got for you, Chat. For you guys. That's all we got for you guys.
Enjoyed our powwow.
It was a good talk. I need to get off my brain.
Uh,
Also, my head is beating so hard because I'm hot because I've been drinking.
You still got somebody to go.
Pretty much our videos will hopefully be uploaded on Mondays because we'll film on Sundays.
And that's our off day.
Yeah, and I have Monday off so I can edit them and get them up. So it'll be perfect. Mondays,
That works.
they will be posted. Oh.
That's all. What's up? How was your game?